as we've just heard, the Labor Party is preparing to cave in and support George Brandis and Tony Abbott on this bill. There is an important concession, and I think it is worth noting though, that both the government and the opposition have acknowledged that a higher threshold for access is required, and so they appear to have agreed that to access a journalist's private information, the so-called metadata, that henceforth a warrant will be required if police are hunting a journalist's sources. Now this first of all begs the question of why this government is so keen to track down journalists and their sources in the first place, and that practice has become normalised, particularly in reporting over the asylum seeker tragedies. But it also, I think, points to the fact that the government's argument, and the Labor Party's to a degree's argument all along, has been that this material is harmless, there's no need for warrants, and that also that everybody should be treated the same. And that principle yesterday appears to have been jettisoned in acknowledging that warrantless access to metadata of journalists should require a higher threshold and require a warrant. I think the government has really left itself open to, well, what about doctors? What about diplomats? What about legal professional privilege? What about serving military officers? And of course, that's the reason that this bill has attracted such strong opposition, is because ultimately this is about all of us. We believe that the inquiry into access to this material should go ahead, and we believe very strongly that debate on this bill should be delayed until that inquiry report, which would be early June, and that the debate should certainly not proceed to a vote during this week. Labor, I think, needs to take a very good look at itself. We've given the Attorney-General himself and his department and the agencies repeated opportunities to provide us with evidence, not that metadata is important for investigations, but that indiscriminate collection of everyone's metadata is important, and at no stage have they been able to provide the Parliament or Senate committees with any evidence from any jurisdiction anywhere in the world that these schemes of indiscriminate data collection make people safer or have helped prevent terrorist attacks anywhere.